How are you a coach in the NFL and you do not prepare your team for a what if situation? How were you the coach of the year and you do not prepare your team for just in case the quarterback gets hurt? Like, this should open everybody's eyes up. His dislike for Shedeur is so huge, he rather take it out on the whole team. Either Kevin Stefanski knows he's safe or he just doesn't care about staying with the Browns. To me, it looks like he's trying to get fired. Like Cam Newton said, like that has to be malpractice. At this point, it's deeper than Shedeur. This man don't give a damn about Cleveland. Period. You bring a rookie out there that has never ever even practiced with the players he's supposed to try winning the game with and expect to win. I don't think Kevin Stefanski expected to win. I think Kevin Stefanski expected to lose. I'm honestly starting to believe that Kevin Stefanski is trying to lose. That's the only thing that make sense. Like the offensive line has never even heard Shedeur Sanders' snap cadence. Shedeur Sanders has never took a snap from the center. Like, as for anyone that knows even a little bit about football, you know how insane that is, right? Like Kevin Stefanski is probably the worst coach I've ever spoke about. Either that or he hates Shedeur Sanders so much he just no longer cares about his job. Cam Newton said he put all his eggs in one basket. He put all his eggs in Dylan Gabriel. That's absolutely nonsense. But we gonna listen to Skip. We gonna listen to Cam put the icing on the cake, and we gonna get this wrapped up, man. Thank y'all for checking in to Rob So Random. Let's knock it out.
Loss for Cleveland. So Shedeur, he emphasizes confidence though. He hasn't been altered, and this is what he had to say. Let's check it out.
I know offensively, if I'm able to get out there and have an opportunity, I know that I'll be able to take everything to a different level. Like I said, I'm still at the same confidence. I'm still me. That'll never go anywhere, Just going out there seeing daylight, that's all I needed, to see how they move out there. You playing against a great defense. You got guys from the Pro Bowl out there, so it's exciting to see, okay, this is what it's like. All right, this is what it's like. I'm excited for it. So, I just gotta take this one, and build on it.
Okay, so Skip, on Shedeur, are you encouraged or discouraged on what we saw yesterday?
I am ultimately encouraged by what I saw. And I realized the haters were out howling all over the internet last night. See, I told you so.
Yeah.
And I realized at a glance these numbers look disastrous. 4 out of 16, a QBR of 3 on a scale of 0 to 100. It just looks like a nightmare game. In some ways it was. But remember, he got thrown in at halftime against a suddenly healthy and hot defense that needed badly to win that game to keep up with your Pittsburgh Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
And they had just lost Cam Robinson, their left tackle, at the end of the first half. So he's without his blindside protector. And remember, too, he had gotten 0 snaps, Shedeur, 0 snaps with any of the starters in practice, sitting behind Dylan Gabriel and before that behind Flacco, obviously. And remember, he gets thrown in, as you kept warning, into a game plan that was drawn up for Dylan Gabriel, that Dylan Gabriel was dinking and clunking with in the first half, but Lamar threw them a pick 6. Then Lamar threw him another pick, and then that kid Wester fumbled a punt. So it was they had 2 defensive scores in the first half, and that's why it was 16-10 Cleveland at halftime. And then here comes Shedeur, and he completes his first 2 balls, and then he struggled for a while. But I loved what I saw from him in the last-ditch final drive. He was talking about that I have not lost my confidence. This kid is clutch, and he has it factor when it's time to have it. I saw it again and again at Jackson State and again at Colorado. He was born for that situation, but it's hard on him when you're playing against the Baltimore defense, and they're sending blitzers at you right and left. Zach Orr's just lighting him up from everywhere.
He did.
And yet, and still, he gets the ball back. It's 23-16, and he goes 25 yards to that rookie Harold Fannin Jr., and it was a sweet throw, and it had some juice on it. And you could see that one throw alone was better than anything I've seen from Dylan Gabriel all year long.
Yeah, that's the point.
That was the point. And then it's 3rd and 10, and he does get to go to Judy, with whom he has no practice rapport at all. And Judy loves playing for him because you could see Judy fight for the first down. I think Judy got hurt on that play because then he became a non-factor the rest of the way, and I don't know why, because then then Shedeur ran for 5 yards. And by the way, his mobility is underestimated.
It looked great.
You know, he can move. I'm not saying he's his father. He can get his father's speed, but his father didn't ever have much of an arm when he threw a baseball, and this kid's got a nice arm. Okay, so now you got 2 throws into the end zone, and the first one he breaks the pocket left, as you probably broke it down.
Yeah, I got you.
And he's got a rusher right in his face, and he kind of does a fall-away throw, and he's throwing to Isaiah Bond, an undrafted rookie out of Texas. Undrafted rookie, and they're just not on the same page, and he missed him by 4 or 5 yards, just led him too much back of the end zone.
That's a him or nobody. That's a receiver or nobody throw. I don't mind that because there was good coverage. I don't mind that.
Now you get the 3rd down from the 25, and he throws to another undrafted free agent rookie, that Gage Larvidan out of South Carolina. I didn't even know who he was, and I watched South Carolina a bunch of times last year, and I don't ever remember him playing. And so he's in the game, and I don't know where Jerry Jeudy is, and yet that was a really sweet throw to me. It was right on the button. He goes to the end zone, and he hits him right here. And my man Awuzie, former Dallas Cowboy, 3rd-round pick out of Colorado, he got his hand in there, but I thought Larvidan.
I'm going to show you the pass he's talking about. Look below. This is a catch Shedeur is used to Travis Hunter catching. This is a catch that Travis Hunter would have most definitely brought down, man. I want you to see this. This is what we mean by glimpses of greatness, man. Shedeur is going to be just fine. He's going to be just fine. Look at this throw. Look at this. Travis Hunter bringing that down, right? An elite receiver is coming down with that. I'm going to bring it back. Look at that. Right. Oh, bro. Bro. You got 2 hands on it. You got to muscle that ball in. But hey, we're going to finish up with skill.
And should have held on to the football because he got both hands on the football. And if he holds on, we're having a whole different conversation right now, because all of a sudden it's 23 all, and I don't know, maybe it goes to overtime, and maybe Shedeur pulls it out. But the way he handled himself all the way up to 4th and 5, and on 4th and 5, if you looked at it, the Ravens clearly jumped the gun. The left side of the line, they're offsides, completely offsides, and get a jump, and the pocket just collapses. And Shedeur's just like, he's dead in the water, man. And he's just got to kind of whip it sidearm into the flat to Njoku, and it's low, incomplete, ball game. Okay, but I saw enough flashes of the brilliance I know this kid has on the last-ditch drive to say I am ultimately encouraged by what I saw.
All right, man. We just got done listening to Skip break it down. He broke it down perfectly, right? For the situation Shedeur Sanders was in, like, he's there. Like if you're a Shedeur fan, like, you have nothing to worry about, right? I'm not gonna say nothing, because as long as Kevin Stefanski is coaching this team, we'll always have something to worry about. But when it comes to his talent, his talent is there. We just witnessed what happens when a coach doesn't prepare his team. I'm gonna let Cam talk now.
All right. I'll put it this way. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I do not think Kevin Stefanski wants Shedeur Sanders to succeed in Cleveland. The reason being is, don't tell me what he said. Don't tell me what he's saying. I'm going off of actions. All right? Let's go off actions. The actions is, if I'm Shedeur, or if I'm a Shedeur Sanders fan, I would not want him to take the field, because that's going to consistently be the display we're going to see. It doesn't matter if it's Deshaun Watson. It doesn't matter if it's Shedeur Sanders. It doesn't matter if it's Dylan Gabriel. It doesn't matter if it's Dan Orlovsky. It doesn't matter if it's Cam Newton. You need help in Cleveland when you have a quarterback that's still making $46 million on your roster and he's not healthy. That impacts the talent that's around him. They are not a good team. Right. But this is the thing that really irks me the most, is because he doesn't get any reps. Circa 2015, circa when Cam Newton was the MVP, circa when, hey, my backup for majority of my career was probably the biggest blessing of my career, to have a veteran in Derek Anderson. Ron Rivera still knew, we're one play away, kid, from you not being available. We would have anywhere from 6 to 12 reps in every single practice that allowed Derek to still have an ability to say, hey, if it goes, how it goes. Now, granted, some will say, well, Cam, you played the position any different. Well, what is that to say about Brock Purdy? Well, what is...
And Cam Newton's right. Like, Every coach knows this. You are one play away from losing your quarterback. But Kevin Stefanski didn't prepare for this, right? He didn't prepare for it because he doesn't like Shedeur. That shouldn't even be an argument at this point. That shouldn't even be a debate. Based off that alone, if I am the owner of this team, I'm firing the coach because that is something coaches even know at the pee-wee level. You got to have a backup quarterback, and you got to make sure he's ready. This is the NFL. Man, stop playing like, bro. Kevin is just not sabotaging Shedeur at this point. He's sabotaging Cleveland.
That to say about any other quarterback that's here. You plan for the what ifs in this league. You don't know if you're going to have your quarterback. What about Joe Burrow? So for him to not have any reps, for him to have this to be his first time that he's taking first team reps where individuals don't even know your snap count or your cadence, that is like, yo, bro, what are we doing here? Like,
Don't know your snap count or cadence. Like, do y'all understand how important it is for the offensive line to know the cadence? Do y'all have any clue how important that is? That is when it comes to running an offense. You know why this was like a blitz city? Because Shedeur didn't know when to shift the line. In a case like that, it should have been the center's responsibility to shift the line when they saw blitzes coming. You shift to the left, you either shift to the right, you're going pass protection, coverage. The fact is, Shedeur was out there just hiking the ball. He wasn't prepared for none of it, man. This was like a assassination attempt. If I'm keeping it real,
you don't control the team's whole overall existence by not allowing individuals to get better. As a head coach, you are responsible for these things. You are responsible for how your team operates and executes, and you also are responsible for each player's development. If you're not developing players, no matter if it's a starter, a free agent, or a second round player, or third round player, you're not doing your job. Kevin Stefanski, bro, that's unacceptable. And I'm going to tell you that on national TV. That's a finable offense for so many other reasons because, like, what are we doing? You're not developing the guys right, and you're putting all your eggs in Dylan Gabriel? Come on, dog.
Last word, Dan. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm with Cam. I think it's odd. The only thing is, I don't think Kevin Stefanski's got this ulterior motive of not wanting to see Shedeur have success. He might.
of course you don't, Dan. You think we expect you to say anything different, Dan? Of course you don't see what we see, Dan. Like, oh my man, listen, Dan been a Shedeur hater and a Kevin Glazer since this whole thing even came about. Dan been preaching this whole time, well, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Of course you don't see it. We expected you to say nothing less.
Have gone about this differently and probably should have given him more reps. But it would be odd to me that Kevin Stefanski would have this ulterior motive for Shedeur not to do well.
I'm questioning that now only because he's a coach of the year, Tom Coach of the Year.
Yep.
He knows what he's doing
on
the NFL level. I find it odd that this kind of mistake is being made with Shedeur Sanders. I'm very suspicious about it because Kevin Stefanski is a knowledgeable football mind and an accomplished head coach.
Right, last word here, Cam. Hurry up. Go ahead.
So I'll ask you this question. When Joe Flacco was there, did Dylan Gabriel get any first-team reps?
Boom.
Thank you.
Boom.
I don't know that answer.
I don't know. I don't know, but I know he got more first-team reps in the summer
Let him
during
know,
training
Cam.
camp to Dylan Gabriel.
Let
and
him
it
know.
didn't sound like Shedeur did until he got that one.
He was the
start,
backup.
So. Right. Exactly.
My point for saying that is Dylan Gabriel was the backup then, and he was giving him first-team reps. So why not give the backup now first team reps.
I think it's weird, and I think the thing that blew this whole thing open.
Very, very odd for
Very, very odd. Yes. Yes. Dan really had nothing else to say after that, bro. Like it's obvious, man. You gotta take the blinders off, Dan, bro. It's real. When you have NFL players that say they have never seen a quarterback being treated like this in their history of playing football, you know it's real, right? You know something is really off when you got actual players out here saying they ain't never seen nothing like this ever. Shady even said it. Ocho said it. Like, come on. Michael Irvin said it. Shannon said it. Ocho said it. Like, these are athletes. But yeah, you got these Amazon truck loaders and these UPS box pickers. Oh, they know so much more than these athletes, bro. Something stinks in Cleveland, and it's rotten, and it's obvious to all of us. Now, thank y'all for checking out Rob So Random, man. We're gonna keep our eyes on this, bro. It's the fans, it's the people that's putting the pressure on in Cleveland, man. Y'all keep it up. Smash that sub, hit that like, and we out of here.